This is an example of a monochromatic colour palette. When you look at the colour palette, you'll see that the colour, tones, tints and shades all work together in harmony. And so technically a monochromatic colour palette is colour, tints, tones, shades all from the one family. So if you look at it, it's got some very warm tones coming through, but it's also got some little bit of grey and blue. Now, when I processed this image, I did make certain colour choices, and that's what gave me the end result. What I'm going to do now is break down the layers, share with you my colour choices and some of the techniques that I used for this creative image. Now, what I'm going to do is turn off all my layers, and this is what I started with, a blank canvas. My next layer is a colour choice, and I use a solid colour fill technique. I'll turn that layer on. And so I chose a tobacco-y colour. Now, when I'm putting textures on as a base, I will often do this. I'll put a colour onto my first layer, which then gives it the depth as I'm working through my workflow. So the next layer is where I've done some brush work. I've used one of my texture brushes that's available in my texture brush pack on Sandra D Imagery, and it gives it that surface appearance, a little bit more of a dappled look. But now I needed something to add some depth of colour, and so what I've done is actually put one of my own photos of rusted metal that I photographed. I'll just turn that layer on. So now you can see it's got a little bit more depth. I'll come in and zoom in, turn that off. Now, if I look at the blend mode, it's soft light, but my opacity is at 39. If I had that pushed up to 100%, it would be quite strong. Now, what I do with my colour is I build up my colour with many layers. I don't do it always for every image, but for this image, it's about building up the colour. Now, when I evaluate this image, now I'm looking at it and going, it's a little bit too warm. I need to subdue that warmth in that colour. And so now the next layer is a colour choice, and I'll turn that layer on, and it's actually using a solid colour fill, and I've chosen a blue. So I'll turn that layer off. So that's quite warm, quite strong, but I didn't want it to be. I wanted some definition with some different colour, and so I did that technique with a solid colour fill. If you look up, it's soft light, and the opacity is 100%. My next layer is a technique that I'll use, filter fresco, and it's in the filter gallery. That gives it a bit more dark colours, but you can see the depth of colour coming through. But again, I looked at it and went, it's too dark. I'm going to make another colour choice, and that is I'm now going to use what I call a neutral colour. This is a grey, but it doesn't change the colours. It adds lightness, but I get the depth of colour coming through. I'll turn that layer on. Now you can see it's lighter, but I'm getting that surface appearance of the textures coming through. I'm getting some lovely, what I call motley look in the colour tones, and it's working for me. My next layer is a colour choice and a texture that will add some tactile or surface appearance. I'll click on that layer and turn it on, and you can see now I've got some beautiful brush work coming through, and it's a texture that I've created and using some Photoshop brushes to get this quite tactile look. And again, that was a colour choice. If I go up and look at the blend mode, it's soft light and its opacity's at 100%. Now, this is the choice that I made right at the beginning. This is the texture that I wanted to use. And so when I turn this texture on, it gives me my foreground element, and then I build my image up from this. This is a texture overlay that I've created, and I've used some brushes and given it that painterly feel. Have a look at the foreground. That's what I was after. I wanted to use this texture overlay with this beautiful painterly grass type effect in that foreground. So I'm building up my colours, but I'm also building up my image using different elements. Now I'll come up to the blend mode. You can see it's on normal and opacity is at 100%. If I change that blend mode and did multiply or color burn, darken, you'll see that it's just not working. And I wanted that grass look to add that foreground interest. Now I've got my colors, my depth, my foreground. Now I need to choose an element. And the element that I wanted to put in was a tree. But if I chose a tree, what colour? Green, blue, even pink. And this is where I made a colour choice in the element that I chose to put in. And when I turn this layer on, have a look, there's my tree. Now I'll turn that layer off and turn it on. When I chose this tree, I wanted something in these orangey autumn tones that would blend in with the foreground. So it was a colour choice. I was happy with it. I was looking at it and going, yes, this is now working. I'm loving that top part of the sky and the foreground and the tree. Now, what other elements will I put in? So, in the technical terms, I whacked in a moon, a brush that I've created out of one of my photos. The next layer, layer 6, is actually what I call a stamp visible or a pixelated layer. Now, I might do that purely just out of habit for no particular reason, because now I'm looking at my image and evaluating that image and going, what else can I put in? Does it need anything else? And so in my technical terms, I whacked in a bird. Now, that's a bird brush I've created. When I do any brush work, I always do it on a blank layer. One of the reasons when you do it on a blank layer, I have the choice to play with the blend modes and opacity. So if I come up here and look, the blend mode is luminosity and the opacity is at 55%. Now, when I look at it, it just blends in tonally with the colours that are in my image. If I had put it in and not done the blend mode, it would have been just black, which I thought wouldn't work. And I did try it, it just didn't look right. My next layer is another texture overlay, and it's raindrops. Now, why did I choose this texture? I'll often play and experiment and just try something and I'll go, oh, I wonder if raindrops had worked there. So I turn that layer on and it added just another definition. But let's have a look at the blend mode. Multiply and opacity is at 28. If I put that all the way up, there's my blend mode, opacity. Just undo and get it right back there. Now it's working for me. So what I'm going to do is just brush off a little bit of the raindrops. You can see I've done some masking, took it off in certain areas, just toned it down a little bit. You can see the opacity's at 55%. And there's my finished image. Have a look. It's all to do with a monochromatic colour palette. And to me, it just works in harmony. The tree works, all the background with all the textures, how I made my colour choices and my blend modes and my opacity all make it work together.